Salute and welcome to the channel. So, in case you have not heard, there is a significant seismic development that has happened in the entertainment space, and that is Netflix acquisition of Warner Brothers. I have heard rumblings about this the last couple of days, and even going further back with I guess you can say, the difficulties that Warner Brothers has had with a few of their gaming franchises. I believe Mortal Kombat 1, for instance, it didn't do that well, and this was dating back almost a year ago. And now we have the end result of this is Warner Brothers has been bought out by Netflix. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. So this is coming by what is this? An MSN. So you can see here Netflix acquires Warner Brothers an $83 billion deal. Discovery will be split off. So the key takeaways, Netflix is offering $28 per share for Warner Brothers, Discovery Studio, and HBO Max streaming businesses, beating Paramount and Comcast. So Paramount and Comcast were the other bidders. So it wasn't just Netflix bidding on, Warner Brothers, so Comcast, but Netflix ended up, winning. And so yeah, a $5 billion breakup fee is included if regulators block the deal. Paramount claims the sale process is tainted, alleging Warner's board favored Netflix and may face antitrust challenges. Both companies are expected to announce the deal publicly soon, though the situation is still developing. Basically, Netflix on Friday announced it had reached a deal to acquire Warner Brothers, including the company's film and television studios and streamer HBO Max for $82.7 billion in move that follows a weeks-long bidding war in which the streaming giant beat out Paramount and Comcast. So the key facts, according to this, the stock deal is valued at $27.75 per Warner Brothers Discovery share, and it will close after the media giants TV network. This is pretty big. This is pretty large. But then again, I'm not entirely surprised by this. Just to kind of let some of you know, currently, right now, in the entertainment space, we have AI, we have cloud, and we have subscription services. These things are not going away. Even if you look at video game consoles that's set to release that will represent the 10th generation, they're all going to have some kind of streaming element. Xbox is going to have AI integrated into the console. So these are things that are going to remain and be a huge player moving forward. So it doesn't surprise me that Netflix is looking to expand its already massive content library. Because in this world and in this industry, as they say, content is king. So for Netflix being able to acquire HBO Max and Warner Brothers, that's significant. And so I can see why Paramount is a little bit salty and and looking to try to shake things up and basically say that Netflix was favored, yada yada yada. So that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to pan out. But yeah, this is pretty significant. If this whole thing goes through, like it's you know, like lock, stock, and barrel, it's going to be interesting to me to see how Netflix is going to approach one its subscription fee pricing, because I have a feeling that the subscriptions of Netflix will probably go up, or they'll expand the tiers. I think we can recall the huge backlash that Microsoft got for increasing the price of their Game Pass subscription fees, which I feel is completely nonsensical because everything goes up in price at some point in time. So Netflix, I highly doubt the current pricing model that they have in place will remain should all of this get in the clear. Now, I don't know, maybe by the time you watch this video, maybe everything is finalized. But it looks to me based on what I can read is that Paramount is looking to challenge the deal. So based on what we know about Paramount's bid, they cried foul over the sales process, labeling it tainted. In a letter sent to Warner CEO David Zaslav, Paramount's attorneys allege that Warner's board had embarked on a myopic process with a predetermined outcome that favors a single bidder, referring to Netflix. The December 3rd letter stated that Warner appeared to have abandoned the semblance and reality of a fair transaction process, thereby abdicating its duties to stockholders. In an earlier letter sent on December 1st, Paramount had argued that the Netflix deal would never get regulatory approval. The simple truth is that a deal with Netflix as the buyer likely will never close. Netflix is the only remaining big tech company that has not faced serious global antitrust enforcement, but attempting to acquire the Warner Brothers Discovery assets will change that. That's pretty interesting. So it's like, to my understanding, when I look at Netflix, unless I'm wrong, they were the de facto streaming service. Everybody pretty much came after them. You had what is it, Peacock, Paramount. There was so many like little spin-off companies. I know that Hulu has been around for a while, but I've always felt like Hulu was like it's like the Timu version of Netflix. I never really cared about Hulu. But I do think that Hulu, um, I, 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 I think Hulu appealed to a different market and different audience because I think Hulu had more TV shows, whereas Netflix focused primarily on more serious, larger budgeted movies specifically, and some shows. Most notably, very very early on was the House of Cards show that starred Kevin Spacey, which was a phenomenal show. Once I finally gave it a chance and watched it, but yeah, I think Netflix. I think we can all agree was the juggernaut here. And am I surprised that a lot of the other companies that came after Netflix are crying foul? I'm not surprised whatsoever. This would be similar to if Microsoft were to make a deal and looking to acquire Sony or Nintendo, because from a financial standpoint, Microsoft dwarfs Sony and Nintendo in the gaming market. I know that might be hard to hear by some of you Sony fanboys, or should I say PlayStation fanboys and Nintendo fanboys, but Microsoft, regardless of you guys loving to hate on the Xbox brand, Microsoft is indeed a juggernaut that can swallow Sony and Nintendo whole if they really wanted to go after them. But the regulatory boards of the FTC would basically they would descend upon Microsoft like nothing before. So that's what I feel this person is referencing to or alluding to with the Netflix looking to acquire Warner Brothers in this capacity. But it's going to be interesting. I'm going to keep my eyes on this deal, because this is not going to be the end. There are going to be in the future other companies that's just going to swallow the smaller company. I mean, this is just the nature of business. So anyway, tell me what you think about this deal. Are there any positives that you see? Are there any drawbacks? For me, I think I have heard that if this goes through like officially, that Netflix will have command of, like, DC, the DC movies, and I think that they will also hold the rights. So it'll be interesting to see how a DC universe could go along under the Netflix banner. Will this spell the end of movies? Will everything just be streaming? Will the movie industry go out of business? It's going to be interesting. So let me know your thoughts. And yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to just kind of just leave my initial thoughts and impressions on this. And anyway, with that being said, hopefully this video earned your subscription if you're new. And if not, maybe I'll try again with the next video. Anyway, shout out to my subscribers and members. Salute.